to the JAMODI Podcast. Today's episode is Body Wednesday. What? That's right. And most of you that are new to the podcast, welcome to the JAMODI Podcast. If you're new, JAMODI stands for Just a Matter of Doing It. And JAMODI Podcast is presented by EvoFit. We are here in the facility right now, and we're going to talk about your body, because on Mondays we do your mind, Wednesday we do your body, and then on Friday we talk about that lifestyle. But today we're going to get right to it. The topic today is how most people skip the most important foundation of fitness, and how this stretching routine can elevate you to the next level in reaching the goals that you want. So I have simply just a couple things that we're going to be using today. If you're watching this on live, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you guys can watch it. But if you're listening in on iTunes, no worries. I got a link for you guys to be able to get this full routine in a PDF right here, digital. I'm going to be using an iPad right here just to follow along. And for those of you that want to see this bad boy, let me pull it up for you. So it's so important to do stretching, and I'm going to explain as we go through this. And for those of you that are watching, you can see this PDF here. It's very pretty. It's amazing. It's got pictures. It's got exactly how to do everything. I'm going to put a link down in the description on iTunes, Facebook Live, and on YouTube, so you guys can download this for free. This is just me giving value and content to all you guys. Just for those of you that are new, know that everything we do at the JAMODI Podcast and at EvoFit is we want to give more positivity to the world and help others take that positive step in their life. And right now we're going to be talking about your body. So let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with foam rolling. Okay? Now foam rolling, a lot of people might not know about this. Okay? So that's this guy right here. It is a foam roller. You can get these at the store for about 15 bucks. Also, you can get them they're cut in half for maybe a little bit cheaper. Also, I have this guy right here. This is something I actually use to travel with on the road. Say you go to hotels, airports, stuff easy to put in your bag, your carry-on bag, or your backpack. It is a very good way to do myofascial release. That's exactly what foam rolling is. So let's get right into it. We're going to go through a full routine, and as we go through this, I'm going to explain why it's important to do this. Okay, so foam rolling, first before I get started, it's very, very important to foam roll first before stretching, okay? It is a stretching routine. You want to do this before you stretch your muscles, okay? Now I'm going to explain visually, and for those of you listening in the audio in iTunes, it's very, very important to foam roll, because it's just like this. For those of you that know that you get those, those tension knots in your shoulders and your traps, right? So those are things that, where you're, say, I'm using my fingers here to represent how muscles move. So they're supposed to move slide in between your fingers, in and out, just like that. Okay? Now, when they're knotted up in your shoulders, they're all intertwined and just jacked up and all kinds of just messed up, right? So that's scar tissue too, okay, just so you know. So, but when you foam roll them, okay, and you roll it over this foam roller, it breaks it up slowly so that the muscles can move in and out, called lint tension relationship. That's exactly what it's called. It's supposed to move just like this. Now, if you think about that, if they're like this, it's probably hard to get blood, nutrients, everything that it needs to that muscle. So your body, your heart, and everything are working harder to get the nutrients to the muscles that it needs, okay? So if you're flexible and this is moving fine, the nutrients can move to the muscle easier, which means your body doesn't have to work as hard, which means you have more energy, which means you get more nutrients to the muscle, and you get the results you want. It's a domino effect, okay? So let's get right into it. The first one is gonna be a back roll. So I got the foam roller right here on the floor. We're gonna hug ourselves just like this, okay? And we're gonna roll back and forth all the way down to your hips, and then all the way up to your shoulder blades. Now the reason why I'm hugging myself is to open up my shoulder blades, just like this, okay? All the way up to my neck, and then all the way down to my hips, back and forth. Now, on these foam rollers, I want you to do 10 passes really slow. Okay, counting to 10 each pass like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you're going to do those back and forth like that for 60 seconds. Okay, all the way back and forth, nice and slow. Okay, and I'm going to go right into the next one so we can, for the sake of the video and the iTunes, I can get to the real value of all this stuff really quickly. Okay, so we're going to go to the front. Okay, we're going to do your quad, which is in front, the 4 muscles that are in front of your legs right here. Okay, so we're going to place it right at the tops of our knees. We're going to be in a plank position just like this, and we're going to roll all the way to your hips and then all the way back. Same thing, 60 count, counting slow, moving slow. And as you do these, the little trick is to move your feet inward and outward so you can get the full quad, all 4 muscles, while you're laying on it like this, okay? Now the next one would be on our PDF here we have for you guys to download for free, is your hamstrings, okay? So we're gonna go back and forth. We're sitting on it just like this, just below your butt and rolling it all the way to the back of your knees, and then back and forth like that. Then simply go to your calves. We're gonna start it with the back of your heels, basically just above your feet, and you're gonna roll all the way down to your back of your knees and then all the way back. Now these hurt because most likely most of you don't foam roll or stretch your calves, and they're used all day long to walk and stand. So these right here is going to be amazing to get this broken up, all that scar tissue broken up, and get the nutrients that you need so we can stretch it. Okay, then lastly, these are actually the most tender ones to do, is your IT band. Just on the side of your leg right here. It goes from your hips to the side of your knee. So we're going to go on the side just like this. Now one of the secrets is, if you're starting to this, I like to put my foot in front and work my way all the way up to the side. Now the reason why I put my foot in the front is to take some weight off of the IT band so you can work your way up to it. Because most likely it's going to be tender to most people. But if you're advanced, like I've been doing this for a while, you can just crank it out all the way to the top and back. Now might squeal, you might make some noises, but it's a hurt good. Like I can feel it. Now you can do that on both legs on both sides. Okay, now we're going to flip over to the next one. We're going to go right into doing our stretching. Okay, so we got some foam rolling going on. Hey guys, for those of you that are watching live, we got a foam roller. Okay, that's a great way to start. You definitely want to do all that stuff when you get started. Okay, so next thing is we're going to go right into stretching. Also, you know, if you have these, you can do all those exercises just like this on all those muscles. Work it out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our stability ball. If you have it, these things are super cheap. You can get them for about 15 bucks, 20 bucks, depending on what store you go to. This is a small one. You don't need a massive one. This is, I can't even remember what size it is. What is this? I don't even know. It's a 55 centimeter ball, okay? So it's not that big. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to relax on this ball like so. So those of you on the iTunes listening, I'm just laying with my back on this, with my arms all the way open. Just stretching out. I'm going to feel a stretch in my chest. My back is relaxing and curving over the ball like so. And every single one of these stretches we do, guys, we're counting to 60 nice and slow, like this. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, okay? Now, for the sake of the video and the audio, guys, I'm not going to do that for every single one, but you get the point, right? So the next one is going to be a McKenzie press up. So we're going to lay all the way down, okay, on the floor, like this, okay? Whoop. And we're going to put our elbows just below our shoulders, okay? And then we're going to push straight up, and you're going to feel it right here in your core, okay? You're going to feel that in your abs. So just push straight up just like that. Looking up, breathing deep. And then back down if you need to relax for a second. And like I said, all of them 60 seconds. Now, we're going to do a standing quadriceps stretch. So we're going to stay just like in PE. If you need to hold on to the wall, you can. But let's go ahead and grab that foot. So I'm trying to keep my balance here. We're just going to keep our knee just lined up with the other knee and just stretching the quad, okay? Which is these 4 muscles on the front of your leg, okay? So you're just stretching those, taking deep breaths. Obviously, you're going to do the same thing on both legs for 60 seconds. taking long, deep breath, standing up, having nice posture, not having your knee here or here, just straight aligned with the other leg, okay? Now the next one, I'm going to use my, as in the PDF, it has a bench, but we're going to use this for the sake of video. We're going to use this ball right here. So we're going to do a hamstring stretch where you're standing up. I'm going to put my heel on this ball, okay? I'm going to put my hands just like this on my shoulder as if I'm laying in a coffin, and I'm going to lean just forward, and you're going to feel that stretch right here on the back of your leg, which is called your hamstring. And you're just going to stretch and take long, deep breath. Now, the reason I say in the PDF, the little downloads you guys are going to have, is that this thing can move a little bit, so the bench is stable, but I'm just for the video, I'm doing this, okay? So obviously I would do it on both legs, okay? Same thing, all right? Now next one is going to be a hamstring, okay? So I'm going to grab ourselves a little band. You can use bands, bands like this, okay, resistance bands, or you can use a wall, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay on the ground, and we're going to do a hamstring stretch too, lay on the ground. And I'm going to put this band on my foot, and now I'm going to pull it back just like that. And here I'm going to relax as much as I can while holding this leg up and stretching. You're going to feel it all in the back right here, okay, as we do this, all right? So it's very important for you to do this. And do the same thing on the opposite side. Same thing, 60 seconds, just holding it just like that, okay? All right? Now, another thing is our adductor outer hip stretch. So I'm standing straight up and down, erected. I'm crossing my right leg over my left foot, and I'm going to stretch and lift, lift, and reach down to my opposite knee, which is on the left side, okay? So this leg is crossed over, and I'm reaching here. I'm going to feel a stretch here and all down the side of this leg, just like this, okay? So I stand a little bit different like this, so I'm going like this, okay? Here's a different angle. Cross my leg over, and stretching over and getting to my knee here, and I'm going to feel right here. Again, counting slowly, same thing, deep breath. Same thing on the opposite side. You're going to feel it all on the side here, okay? Now, standing calf stretches. You're going to be going against the wall, just like this, and you're just going to be stretching your calves. You're going to feel that maybe in the back of your hamstring and your calf, and you're just going to stretch, take a deep breath, large, basically like I would say a monster step, and leaning into a wall or whatever structure you have that's nearby. Okay? Now, I'm going to use the ball again. Now, this is called a piriformis static table stretch. I like to call them, in yoga, they call them pigeons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my leg just like this. I'm going to do it on the floor since I can't do it. So imagine on a table like that. We're going to be right here just like this and stretching. Now, some of you're going to get into a kneeling position. Drop your knee across and stretch it back. You're going to feel that in your hip, okay, on this side. And then obviously you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side, okay? Now it's very important to do both. Don't just do one, and remember to count slowly and breathe deeply. Now, seated ball, stability. Okay, so we're going to sit on this thing, and we're going to be just like this. So we're going to be stretching your adductors, which is adding, so when responsible to adding to the midline of the body when you pull your leg inward, okay? So we're going to put this leg out, and we're going to lean into the ball. As you can see, I'm going to do a little sideways here so you can see it. Lean into the ball. You're going to feel it on the inside of your leg just like that. Same thing on the opposite side, inside of your leg, just like that, okay? So now the next one would be a hip flexor, laying hip flexor. So you can lay, I got people calling me, I'm popular here apparently. So we're gonna lay on the ground. Just like we were doing stretching, standing up, you would pull your leg back like you're stretching your quad, but you would bring your knee back. You're gonna feel it in your hip right here, okay? So just like that. You can do the same thing on the opposite side, okay? Just like that. So we're gonna lay out, hold it just like this, pulling it straight back, and you're gonna feel it in your hip and in your quad, okay? Now, the next one is a pretty good one. This one is very important for shoulder mobility. It's super important. So, use this stability ball here. We're gonna go straight up against the wall, and I'm gonna basically Cheeto chop straight up, and I'm gonna feel it right here in my chest muscles. So, straight up just like that, leaning into it. I'm gonna feel that all right here, okay guys? All in here, okay? My chest, right here in my obliques. You're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, just like this. Leaning into it, and back down, and you're counting nice and slow, and you do it repeatedly, okay? So, after that, we're going to be doing a chest one, so just use the wall. You're gonna feel stretch with the arm at 90 degrees, both sides, just like that, okay? Now, I can go on and on and on and on. I have, this is an amazing, if you guys are watching, this guys is an amazing PDF for you guys to follow. Very important for you to do this, guys. Foam rolling and stretching can take you to the next level. It is so important, and you know, all I want to do is give you the tips and give you the value I can to take you to the next level and improve your life positively and just do wonders with your life, okay? Because if you get your mind right, just like we talked about on Monday, and then you get your body right, it'll move you in the direction for the life that you want, lifestyle that you have. Now, you get what I'm going here? We're talking about mind, body, life. The Evo Fit that we've been doing here in JAMODI, it's just a matter of doing it, okay? It's all about getting it done, having the lifestyle with your mind, body, and life. Guys, I want you guys to let me know what you thought about this. If I gave you value, comment down below. Give me some loves, likes, some shares. Tell me if there's anything I can do to provide value for you. Now, I want you all to remember, as I always say, JAMODI. It's just a matter of doing it. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.